All right, in this video, we are going to cover how to process some of the operating system script results that we get back from our different collection scripts. So we're going to be focusing specifically on the KPAT analysis toolkit scripts command. Just for a little bit of context, each of those operating system scripts are linked here right straight off of the GitHub page. And so if we just check that out, this is the one for Linux, the KP Nix audit, and this collects just a bunch of system information. I think over 200 data points is I think where we're at right now, related to different things that could be important in any individual security audit or security review of the systems. And so then we have the same thing for Windows and also for Mac. And so the analysis toolkit, one of the primary use cases for the analysis toolkit is to turn those text files into something more useful, specifically some Excel spreadsheets that help auditors and security analysts find the issues that are present in those configuration results. So we're going to focus on using that command. So we're going to, off of the GitHub page here, we're just going to go straight to the full documentation site. So we just follow that link. It takes us to a GitHub pages where all this documentation is published. You can see here we got some links straight here, but I do want to just demonstrate there is a menu up here. We can go to user guides, we can go to process scripts, and then take a look at the scripts command, and that's going to take us to the same place. Okay, so the general process that we're going to follow here is we're going to first organize some script results. We got them back where we collected them. If you're a security analyst using this tool internally in your own environment, you're gonna get the results, and then you're going to organize them in some meaningful way. Okay, you might put them into some folders that are named by different, production web servers, production database servers, or different user groups, accounting versus HR versus database administrators, something. You're going to organize them. You can even change the names on the files. The file names by themselves, as they come back to you, will be the name of the system as determined at the time that the script was run, that the collection script was run. But you can change those. And that will be reflected throughout the tool results as we begin processing. So you're going to organize them, then you're going to run the scripts tool itself, and then you're going to review the results, and then you're going to document your findings. That's the general workflow that we're working on here. Just as a matter of time, I just brought that over. I do have some test script results. These are actually in the GitHub repository for Analysis Toolkit. If you look at the test data, you'll see that we have some up there. If you wanted to practice this on your own, then that's perfectly fine. And so I've grouped them by operating system type, but that's only one possible way that you might group. Just to show that folder layout, that's where they are. Okay, so we can, and the typical use case is you're going to change directory. You're going to use the CD command. So change directory, downloads, git, analysis toolkit, test data, process scripts. And you'll notice I was just, this is a shortcut, especially in any command line, whether it's on a Mac OS, Linux, or PowerShell, type a few characters and hit the tab key. And that'll disambiguate and help make sure you didn't put any typos in as you're doing all this typing. So then we can just run here. We're just going to do KPAT CLI. Here, actually, let's go through the process of discovery. So let's just run the help command first, and that will show us what the actual commands are inside the tool. And we are after this one right here, the scripts command. So let's do KPAT CLI scripts. Whoops, if I could only type. And let's type help again. And yeah, just get used to putting help on the end of stuff, because that's how you can remind yourself how to use the tool. And you can see here that it actually works without any options. All the options are inside square brackets. That means that they are all optional. And so we don't have to put anything after this. Now, there are some informational commands that you see down here. For instance, list audit configs. By default, it's going to run the audit config called audit all, but you can select only audit vulnerability management or only audit networking things. That's up to you. And so if you needed to see what those are, you would just do, so I got to move my my image of me. There we go. And so list audit configs, and we will see that there are, I think, a dozen different configuration files. Yeah, there you go. And so those are all the different ones. By default, it will run audit all, which will run all of them. And you can do the same thing on listing the source files or listing the systems to get additional information, but we don't need to do any of that. So we're just going to run the KPAT scripts, and we're running it from this folder. And so it's going to automatically search through all of the subfolders and find any of the configurations. Look, it says it found 9 systems, and it has 142 applicable search configurations, and you can see it's already processing each of those systems. We're already through 2 of the 9, and this is only going to take less than a minute to process all of these. So we'll just let that. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording until it's done. Okay, welcome back. So that took about 35 seconds to run the whole scan and process all the search results. And then a little bit longer, so maybe a total of a minute total to do all of this. And so let me bring our folder back over. And you can see now we have a folder here called results. That's where it's going to put the results. By default, it will always be in the folder results relative, as just a new folder in the same location where you started the scan from. And so you can see now we have our results. I'm not going to go through these results in this video. We're going to do that in the next video, actually. So that is processing scripts. See, it should be very simple, very straightforward, and it will just process everything that it finds and put all of those results into individual operating system specific Excel spreadsheets.